Gotta play to win every day. Never knock a grind or hustle. Quarterback calls in the huddle. We not blood, but he know he my brother. He go, I go, word to my mother. You know that I live by the way.
Welcome back to You're Not Gonna Like This. This is episode 29. I called the episode "An Acquired Taste" because we have an up and coming chef by the name of Greg. Greg, introduce yourself to the crowd, man.
How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? Thank you for having me on the show, man. I like what y'all got going on. I appreciate you reaching out. You know what I'm saying? Extending that hand. So I appreciate it. I'm excited. Let's get into it.
Of course. It's a Jewette, right? I was about to say your last name, but I ain't want to butcher
Yeah,
it.
it's Jewett. It's Jewett. You said it right?
Jewett.
Yeah,
All right, Jewett.
yeah.
I ain't want to butcher it, but yeah. So Greg
Good.
Jewett. All right. So let's go ahead and get it right into it. So, what inspires you to start A Peace of Mind?
All right. So I've like since I can remember, bro, since I've been younger, I've always wanted my own restaurant. So the name came to me a while ago. Really at Mason, I was kicking it at Mason, just thinking about like plotting, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next or whatever. And I was like, when I do finally get my restaurant, I'm gonna name it A Peace of Mind, just because I like the double entendre. I like to play on both of the words, like a piece of mind, something of me, and then like the little piece of mind. So like that's your heart. So like that's where the name came from. But this business model, how I'm doing it now, I ain't really I can't honestly say that this is what I thought it was gonna be. Like starting off, like I thought it was gonna be like a traditional restaurant back in the day, but after I was working in DC, you know what I'm saying, the food and beverage manager at a restaurant and a hotel, and we got furloughed back in March, like last March, 2019. I mean, when everything first kicked off, 2020, when everything first kicked off.
Mm-hmm.
So I was cooling for a little while, you know what I'm saying? I was getting unemployment. I was doing all right, you know what I'm saying, cooling. But then June time came around. It was my parents' anniversary, and we decided like we can't do nothing too crazy. It was like 35th wedding anniversary. So we was like, me and my sisters came up with the idea of turning the crib basically into a restaurant. And so once we did that, you know what I'm saying, we had like a 3-course meal, menus printed out, set up the dining room table. I was the chef. One of my sisters was the like the server and the host, and my other little sister was with me cooking in the kitchen. And so we put that whole thing together. After it was all said and done, my pops was like, "Hey," like he came and hollered at me. He was like, "Greg, like what you just did, like people would pay for that, man." And he already knowing like I'm trying to figure out my next steps. I was just furloughed. He was like, "Yo, like try to figure out how to scale that business pretty much." So that's where it came from. Like that's where this actual model came from, of basically doing in-home dining. Like it's not, I don't consider it catering because I'm like taking the whole restaurant to people. It's like a traveling restaurant, I would say. So like I try to be wary when people be like catering and things like that because I'm not really a caterer. It's like
Yeah.
I go cook in the home, like I set up the home, like I transform your home pretty much to a restaurant, a dining experience. So like I pride myself on private dining experience and personalized. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much where it came from. That's where the inspiration of this model that I'm doing right now came from. That's where the name kind of came from. All of it kind of just came to me, to be honest. Like, yeah, I can't really. They just kind of came to me,
That's
man. Yeah,
that's kind of how like most things be. Everything like we were talking
yeah,
about before we record. Like the name my friend gave me, but the ideas of like coming up with what I'm gonna talk about in the show, that stuff just
yeah,
flows in the mind. Like it be night sometimes where I don't have nothing to do, and it be like 10 o'clock, and I just be thinking about stuff, and I just be just thinking of everything I want to talk about. I just go down the list and be like, okay. That's how I got to this one. I was thinking about it. I was like, this would be a good
yeah.
collaboration. I'm known Greg.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
I've known Greg back in my freshman year, back when I was
Yeah,
the intramural official them days. But
yeah. The
yeah,
jokes
back
was funny. Those were fun days. Some fun days.
it was. But no, that's real tough because that was like your first photo one on your Instagram account, wasn't it? That was like your first photo with the dine of your first dining experience. Was that like your first
Yeah,
photo?
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I don't really be on the ground like that or in social media like that completely. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's just me. That's just anybody who know me. I'm kind of a reserved person. Like, I'm
Yeah.
kind of laid back. I keep to myself kind of private. But like, nah, yeah, that was like the first post I did in probably like 2-3 years. Like, it was just like,
So
yeah,
since you're
just
so
out there.
since so since when I reached out to you, like you told me, you're not a social media kind of guy. So to
Yeah,
help, what is the best way since people to reach you? So because like I don't know if it'd be much
word.
better to tag you like an Instagram bio. What's the best way to reach you
Yeah.
so people can actually like?
Nah, like even with that being said, even though I'm not that much of a social media guy, like because of this business, I understand this is an avenue for people to get in contact with me. So I
Uh,
try to make myself more open as of now.
oh,
But like I got a website out. Like if you go to the
oh,
page, like I do have an Instagram for it, peace of mind, a peace of mind period. I think underscore something like that. But it's we'll get that all together. But um, yeah, like I got a website up there. Email is probably like the best way to get in touch. The email's in the bio and everything. My even on my personal page, the website's up there, but everything you need to know is pretty much on the website. I've made the website, it's pretty thought out. So anything and everything, questions answered, everything is all up there. But like, just reach out, email, and then after email inquiring about like an event, like then, you know what I'm saying, then I'll give you a phone call and we kind of figure out what it is you really want, like to get like the specifics of the event, and then we go from there. So that's how it pretty much works. Yeah.
Well, you kind of answered my second question halfway. I was gonna say take us through what it goes into the private dining experience. Well, we already went through the contact portion. So now, when we get to the house, like you said, it's all set up. What goes into that last part of the delivery?
Okay. So I'll run you through the whole thing for real now, since I know that's what we're trying to get at. So like, you see me, whatever you saw, you got tagged in something cool, you want to reach out, cool, DM, not really DM, but then you go to the website, you email or whatever, cool. Like in my little inquiry thing, I asked you to send the date of the event you want, how many people, pretty much, where it's at, and then a phone number that I could reach you at, because it's better to talk on the phone than trying to go back and forth email and texting and stuff like that. So I asked you when's like a good time to call. And then once we get that situated, I go ahead and give you a phone call. Do that phone call, we're going to find out what exactly is he's trying to have for the event. Like, you got just 2 people, birthday, anniversary, just a date night type situation. You want to do like a 10 people dinner. Like, you got a group of your friends. I want to have a brunch party. I want to have a dinner party. Like, whatever it is, I want to have a plated dinner, like an elegant dinner. And different, like, we do it all. Like, I don't want to limit my guests, my clients to anything. Like, whatever you're trying to make happen, that's my whole thing. I'm gonna make it happen. Whatever it is you trying to do a cookout, I can scale that too. Like, whatever it is you're trying to make happen, I'm gonna make it happen. So we get on a phone call, we figure out what it is we're looking for. After that, you know what I'm saying, we keep touching base back and forth for a little bit until we decide what the menu is completely. Pricing varies. So like, I don't have set prices. That's a question people like to ask, set prices. I don't really have set prices because every event is different. Yeah. So that's kind of hard to give a specific number for a price. You feel me? Like, every event is different. Depending on what food you want, how long it takes to prepare the food, like if it's stuffed chicken, if it's just grilling a piece of chicken, like those are 2 very different things that have 2 very different costs. So you know what I'm saying, like it just depends on what's going on.
But I give you product.
So I give you roundabout. I can give you estimates until we actually get the exact numbers, the exact what you want, and then I give you a quote, pretty much, and then either we agree on a quote or we don't. But like, to really cut that whole part, we can start off with a budget. Let's see what your budget is, and then I can see what I can do for you from there based off of what you're looking for, pretty much. But then after all that's situated, I send out the contract and the invoice, and you know the deposit is down. Then it's time for the day of the show. Like, you don't got to worry about anything after that. Like, just I need pictures pretty much of the kitchen space or the dining area we're going to be setting up, or a video or something like that, so I can visualize and see what's going on. And then once it's time for the day of the event, you know, I get there probably like, let's say your serve time, like you want the food to be ready by 7. I probably show up by like 5, get everything situated, start cooking, and then by the time your guests arrive or whatever it is you're trying to do, we got the food ready by that time. So everything is fresh right there for you. I do the dishes after the fact, like I clean up after the fact. The whole thing is to like make sure you ain't gotta do nothing, you ain't gotta touch nothing, you ain't gotta worry about nothing. Like, I make sure you're taken care of. Like, usually I got a team, depending on how many different events, how many people it is, depending on what my team will look like. We did one 4-course plated dinner for 18. So I had 4 people, including me, it was 4 people. I had a bartender, I had a sous chef, and then I had a server. And we pretty much made the whole situation go around. We set it up from top to bottom. Set up a bar situation. You know what I'm saying? We do playlists. Like, we do everything to give you the whole dining experience right at your crib or wherever you at. So anything you could expect from like a Ruth Chris or any fine dining type restaurant like that, I'm bringing it to you. You feel me? Wherever you at, I'm bringing it to you. So that's what it is.
That sounds tough. I might have to write that down in the future. That down. That sounds tough. You said the playlist, everything.
Everything, bro.
That's tough. I really like how you do the budget thing, because I feel like as I go into the personal training world, I feel like the budget thing is the best like way to like finance yourself or like get payment, because I feel like hourly rates are just dead. I don't like hourly rates. I don't like it, because you could be doing something very minimal and it'll be like $50 for just 2 hours. I'll be like, okay, this took like 10 minutes. Like, when people ask me like for instance, like a calisthenics workout, we do like push-ups, sit-ups, stuff like that to write that, and people be like, you should do hourly rates. I'm like, that's not even worth $50. Like I can do that without even opening my computer. That just type, and then it takes all of 2 minutes to do.
Yeah.
That's not worth that much money. So plans like stuff like that, it's like $5 to $10. Like that ain't.
Yeah, it depends on your value. Like you gotta state your value. That's really what it is. You gotta state your value, which you know the work you gotta put in and what you gotta do. So you gotta state your value. But like if you work with starting off with the budget plan is like and what I'm getting to understand is too, like, some events I don't take. Like, I can't take just because it don't make sense for me. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like I can't you're not feeding 10 people with like you're not feeding 10 people up like a 3-course plate of dinner with $500. Like that's not happening. Like so like when somebody come to me and they ask and somebody like, well, what's your budget? And they want something like that, I kind of got to break it down for them. Like, well, you want lobster tails and steak? Like a lobster tail and steak, $20-$40 per plate. So like that I automatically can't work with that. Like I can't do that. So it's like so I try to explain to people how it works. Like I try to give people the rationale behind where the pricing comes from, so they can see what really goes in behind that. Like we got to include, I got to go grocery shopping, I got to prep the food, I got to print out the menus, I got to, you know what I'm saying, do this, do that.
Like the minor expenses is really like the printing and stuff like that. Yeah. But the food is the real problem. Like, people got to understand how much the groceries be, because like you said, the lobsters and the steak. And I didn't see crab legs. You get like a pound of crab legs. Them things like $65, $70.
Yeah, so it just
and that depends where you go.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Like Kroger have it at $40, and that's fairly cheap for some crab legs. Because if you go to like even Giant, the salmon, it's like $15 a pound. I'm like, yo, and the thing be like 5 pounds, so you spend like $30 on. You spend like $75 on a 5-pound salmon. Like, bro, that's a lot of money. people gotta understand how to grocery. If you get the grocery shopping work, I feel like it'd be really easy to like work with you. If you just understand how much the food costs. Cause like if I was a reacher, I'd just be like, all right, let's calculate how much the grocery is gonna be, and then just fix the expense, and then we get to the rest of that. Cause then you can see how well your budget really works. But that's pretty cool dining experience. The playlist, man, you move in you.
Yeah, we set you up real proper, man. Whatever you're trying to do, we set you up real proper, man.
It's a move in you. But all right, so my next thing, since we established it's not catering, so remove that from this next question. We established that part. So what's the best / worst thing about this dining, personalized dining? Private dining, yes.
The best thing, bro, like the best thing is when it all come together, honestly. Like from inception, once you see it from inception, like just think back to that first conversation you had with the client, and then to that first bite they have when you actually get to the experience, like that first bite, and they look at you and everybody just like, yo, this is fire. Like the whole experience is just, you know what I'm saying? Like that's probably the best experience. Like that's probably the best part about it, man. Like looking at the people's face.
Seeing that result.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, seeing the end result, bro. Just like, all right, they messing with it. They messing with like everything we just did, like everything, just however long it took to make it come together. Like it came together smoothly. It was flawless. Like the execution was flawless. Like it looked good, it tastes good, smelled good. Everybody telling their friends about it. Like that's probably like the best feeling. The worst, I don't really know what the worst is. It's probably people who don't understand. Like dealing with clients who don't understand. Like that's kind of like, or like I try to be like, I'm so like meticulous about how I plan out everything from the website and different things like that. Like I gave you everything you need, and like so now like the best thing you can do is set me up for success. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like dealing with clients who don't understand. So I realized I got to go back into my contracts and now I got to put in these clauses now. All right, I need refrigerator space. I need the kitchen and things to be clean when I come in there. Like I thought that was stuff that have to be gone without said. You feel me? Like you would think like, so, but it's not everybody thinks like that. So it's just going back and now, all right, cool. You need to include in your contracts now. All right, cool. Make sure we got refrigerator space. Make sure we got like the kitchen is clean. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I'm coming into a clean environment. I don't want to come in and have to work and then do your job and then clean it up again. I'm like, bro, I just clean your kitchen. It should have been clean from when I came here. You feel me? Situations like that, it just clients are kind of not understanding and like,
courtesy,
you know what I'm saying, last minute.
Courtesy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's always big when it comes to clientele. So it helps. It always helps when the client does their end. Like, I'm doing everything for you. I just need the bare minimum. Like, I'm gonna take my training. Like, I'm giving you the plan. I'm giving you the gym. I'm giving you everything. All you gotta do is show up with good attitude, and we can get down.
For sure.
If you show up with a bad attitude and you ain't feeling it, then you put me in a hard spot. Cause like I can't coach somebody that's already like mad about their day.
Yeah, they don't even want to be there. Yeah.
I can't coach you because now because if you get mad at me, then everything will go downhill, and I ain't gonna want to work no more. This is gonna be bad. So yeah, common courtesy is huge when it comes to like dealing with others, especially people you don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's like the little things carry a long way when it comes to like a service business, and that's with any kind of service, any kind of way. But
like they even finish on that. Like it ain't all bad. You feel me? Like that's minuscule. That's minuscule for me for you. Feel me with that? But it's just like I said, I take my time out to be organized. So like I would just like my clients to be organized right there with me. So set me up for success so that we can have the best event you can have possible. That's pretty much. It don't happen that often though. It don't happen that. And now I'm finding. Like I said, I'm just starting off with it, so now I'm finding out ways to remedy that to make sure everything goes flawless on everything. But yeah, but like. The most important, like my favorite part is definitely when it all comes together, bro. It's just smooth. It's a nice feeling.
Everybody likes that great result. I feel the same way when I sit here, even when I just be editing my episodes and I put the right meme in there, or I put the right thing in there, or the conversation just turns out really well. All the things, it's all nice. When people come back, oh yeah, this is a nice edit. I'm like, yeah, I look real hard. I look real hard for that edit. It took a while because shout out to my boy Kari. With Kari, he watched on the. He was like, the edits are cool, but you need to put the sound on the edits. You put the sound on it, it will be that much better because people can actually like hear it and be like, oh yeah, all right, you got it now. Versus just watching the GIF come through the screen. It's like, oh, he said this. It hits so much better. But my next question for you is, what's your favorite dish that you prepared thus far?
Thus far, that's a hard question, but I get that one often too. Like, what's your favorite thing to cook, or like, what do you cook the best? Like, I don't know, bro. I'm about to get like one thing I like doing right now is like this stuffed chicken, bro. Like if you ever been to like Ruth Chris or they have like a stuffed chicken or something like that, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? I only been there.
It's not on the budget right now. It's not on the budget.
I feel you. I was blessing that somebody, one of my girls took me for my birthday like last year, so like I know what that's about now. But like the stuffed chicken though, that don't go crazy. I really like cooking that just because like how it come through. Then I like the steak as well too, because it took me a while to learn how to make this tomahawk steak. It's like this big cut of steak or whatever, like a long bone that come out of it, and like it's the preparation that go into it. So like you got to care. I like cooking stuff that you got to care for. It's like you actually got to put some time and effort to it to get that end result. Like that's the stuff I like cooking for real. So that can't go wrong with the grilled chicken. If anybody been at Mason or Brown or Function with the brothers around me on the grill or anything like that, like the grilled chicken I cook go crazy. I love seeing people bite into that because everybody love the grilled chicken. Yeah, that's some of my few favorites, but I like cooking any and everything, bro. I like to be challenged. Like I like when some of my clients like some of my clients hop on the phone and they be like, "Can you do this?" I ain't never cooked it before. I'd be like, "Nah," but I'll try it out and I'll let you know if I can accomplish it. And like I've done that a couple of times already, so like, yeah, I'm with anything.
I like cooking anything. My guy is versatile out here. He can do
man, I can do it all.
He can really do anything you imagine, anything possible. So he's very, very accessible. All right. Well then, kind of my last question here is, what is the ultimate goal for a peace of mind?
Ultimate goal for a peace of mind. All right. So long term, if I could scale this junk correctly, right, I could take on many more clients in a day. Like I get a team of chefs on my team. I get a team of servers on my team, and kind of like I'm kind of more hands off, and I'm kind of just playing that role of quarterback and making sure managerial role of this is where it go. Like I like this model because there's very little overhead. Like you don't have to pay for rent space. You're not paying for electricity. You're not paying for, you know what I'm saying, water bill, gas bill, stuff like that, because the restaurant is traveling. Like you're not in just a standalone building. Of course, travel fees are probably going to combat that. And so we're like different, you know what I'm saying, grocery costs and different things like that.
What about like equipment wise? Like do you feel like, I'm about to say, because equipment is really expensive for a kitchen. Like,
yeah. So, but like, because it's like, in-home kitchen, it's like I got a set. Like I probably need to scale and get other sets when I get other people on my team as well, so they can take it with them. But that's not that bad because that's gonna pay for itself in the end. Like you pay for that one time. You pay for that kitchen set one time, and then
not recurring.
Yeah, it's not a real. So like you saying that's a one-time deposit, one-time investment you put, and then like that's gonna last you at least 10 years, at least, you know what I'm saying, with a good set at least. But now, you know what I'm saying, like, so that's one way I see it going, where I could scale it like that, and I got plenty of different clients here and there. I could take on multiple jobs in one day. We got a whole team, and it's, you know what I'm saying, providing a personalized experience for everybody wherever, for real. And then one more I want to do thinking about doing like a I might hold off on that one until I get it in motion. Actually, I might hold off on what I say that speaking out loud till I get it in motion for. But yeah, it's some more stuff I want to get going with
Oh
peace
yeah,
of
of
mind
course.
too though. With some more
You
stuff I want
like
to get going peace of mind though.
you like the adventures. You like the adventurous nature. He ready to just take it as far as possible and
For sure though,
go
yeah.
as deep as it can. And that's really all. But like I like to say this a lot when it comes to anybody starting a business. Like I like to preach. I like to say like don't limit yourself. Like
Yeah,
don't try to fit the norm because if you try to fit the
exactly.
norm, you're gonna make your life so much harder because everybody does a certain thing. Like with
Yeah,
personal like I said personal training, everybody writes plans, everybody does that. But what are you gonna provide different? Like
yeah,
let your ideas carry you. Like don't limit the idea. Like I said like I told you earlier before we started recording. I said this earlier with the episodes. Like you just be sitting there like now you just be thinking about anything and everything and you obviously gotta be careful because certain things you can't say and stuff like that
right.
because of the time and place you are but you just write everything down, you make sure it's very conscientious of the people and you just keep going and try to talk about anything and everything because like a lot of people wanted me to just do sports because that's really what I'm passionate about. But like
Yeah,
for me, sports is not. You can't go but so far in sports. Like
right.
it's really hard to get a sports podcast jumping because everybody does sports. Like
Mhm.
I can search up on Twitter and it'd be like 20 different sportscasts and 20 different
Yeah,
Instagrams of sports and everybody does sports. So it's like this is like it's different. Like I do sports. But I kind of remove that from my episodes because I feel like
mhm,
it's pretty pointless to do episodes of sports because the time would be off. Like if I talk
mhm.
about Super Bowl and I record it now and I release it till June, it's kind of irrelevant at that point. I don't
Yeah,
care
for
about
sure.
it anymore. So I turn
Yeah,
that into like the live video part. Like we talking about this then now, you can see it now.
that makes sense.
Yeah, so then the episodes like for this, like I got another guest earlier that has another smallly privately owned business as well. And like it helps out that because if I release this like later, which is probably gonna happen, it will by the time you might have had that idea that you just held off on, and
Mhm.
then it could be like perfect time. An episode drop, you drop your idea, boom.
Yeah, yeah.
It all goes up. It all goes up, and it is stuff like that. So yeah, my thing is like don't conform to what people want you to do. Try to just let it ride. Like whatever happens, happens.
Nah, for
Like
sure, bro.
if it
For
if it
sure.
if it goes like if it goes bad and it fails, then that's what happens. Like
So,
the versus
so be
battle,
it.
we tried to do an IG live, but Instagram said no because copyright. So then we recorded it. So it's
Mhm.
you gotta learn. You gotta
You
try
got
stuff.
pivot.
You gotta
You got
try stuff.
pivot, man.
It's gonna be failures. You're gonna fail. Stuff ain't gonna succeed well. It's all types of stuff. You just gotta do what you gotta do. But that's kind of all I got. So you got anything you wanna close out for the people?
Where you going with it, man?
Where am I
Where's
going with this?
yeah.
Honestly, I don't even know. I don't know.
I respect that answer for
I
real.
don't know because I got a lot. I don't like I said I don't know the exact date it's gonna be released, but at this moment in time, like the music series would have been released. Did a whole music series, all that wrapped in '90s all the way to the current day. Got that coming out. Then I did it. I'm working on an NBA series and a cartoon series as well for and then had a couple of ideas. Thought about TV shows and movies, but gotta work that out because it's a lot of TV shows like
Yeah.
genre and sets and stuff like that, and that's gonna take some time. But hopefully that comes together. But my biggest goal for this is just like you said, be a quarterback. Like if I have a like I already got PJ with me, so now
Mhm.
if PJ's a sports guy. He's really passionate about sports, but he always has like his piece here for episodes like this as well.
Mhm.
But with sports, that's really his thing. So and PJ got this thing with the college basketball kind of thing. And he
Yeah.
just started this. Hopefully by the time this episode comes out, it's really, really jumping. He got AJ on there. He got AJ for his first one.
Mhm.
So he's doing big things like that. And if PJ goes sports with it and he do all the sports talk and all that great stuff, that's perfect because I got somebody that's just like, all right, got sports. And if I get like another person that do like current events, like, and then I'm just
Yeah.
hosting
Hey
stuff here
man.
and there and all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff. It's a
I
lot.
love
It's a
that.
lot I got planned. It's a
I
lot.
love that, bro.
Yeah,
One thing I would challenge, bro. Get a woman on your team, bro. Like, cause
say
that's
that
it's,
again?
bro. Get a woman on your team too, bro. Like you said, how you got PJ for sports. Get a
Yeah,
strong woman on your jump to
that
really handle the
definitely could be a
tapping in
great
that market,
move.
bro. To
That
tap into
definitely
that
could be a
market.
great move. I got the episode. This is 25. I got something It's like it's a women's right feminist episode. I'm gonna do my research because this is a very, very cautious topic. You don't want
For sure.
to say nothing too wild. Then
Yeah.
ooh, that's not gonna go well at all. So, but yeah, hopefully that episode did well. But like, I like it. I'm definitely looking at that. A woman on the pod. There's some people out there that I see because I'm always looking at different podcasts, stuff like that. Because a lot of people on Jordan Mason that do podcasts and they don't have as much. I don't see it as much. Maybe because different venue, different crowd, stuff like that. But I do be seeing it. So
different. It's a different perspective, and they add like a lot of value, bro. Like, like I got women I consult with for a lot of my stuff, especially for like decor and things like that. Like, I got some homegirls I go to, like, yo, what you think about this? Or like, I got this event coming up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Can I what you think I should get for whatever? Like, and they just add a whole new touch that I might not have thought about, and now I got a new perspective on how I look at things when I try to set up different events and stuff like that. So, they definitely add value, a lot of value, bro. So that's
different mindsets from different genders is always nice. It's a different look. Everybody looks at everything different. So that's really good. Yeah, so definitely, yeah. Shout out to the women. What you do without it. What you do without it. But that's all I got for y'all today. I appreciate Greg for coming on the show.
No doubt.
Shout outs. If you need, you got a Valentine's Day, you got an anniversary, he the guy for
anything, man.
For your
get your girls together for a brunch, get your guys together for a dinner party, all that, we got cookouts. We here.
You can never have too much fun or be too classy for my man Greg and his
not at all.
Vision of a piece of mind. So like I said, that's all we got. Like I said, appreciate Greg for joining. This is your host Ira signing off, and see y'all soon.
Peace.
What's up, everybody? That concludes today's episode. Join us next time when we release another one. As always, we continue releasing our episodes Friday at 12 on a bi-weekly basis. Give us a follow on our pages, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. All the ad names are right there on the screen. As always, this is your host, Ira, signing off. And see y'all soon.